Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we have another transparency update with a portfolio. So as always, that's just me breaking down my gains and losses for today, including any recent movements I've made in the market. And I'll tell you right now, I did make a tiny bit of a movement. I got some dividends today and stuff like that, but also me just discussing my feelings about the market currently, predictions for the future, and then just addressing some of the popular stocks as always, like Tesla. So as always, if you do enjoy these videos, please make sure to smash that like button. But just getting into the portfolio for today, as you can see, we got another band in the portfolio at around $1,000 in gains. We are at around $117,000 right now, just a little bit off from that at $116,839.92. So for the day only in the market hours, like I said, we made around 1K. That's plus 0.90%. or plus $1,044.81. And then in the after hours, just a slight loss so far at minus 0.08%, which is minus $91.76. So honestly, that's to be expected on a Friday. Pretty much every after hours for Friday, I set my expectations really low just because there's always that uncertainty that does exist over the weekend, considering the fact that tomorrow isn't a market day, and then the day after that isn't a market day. So as I've said in previous videos, a lot of news can come out over the weekend that could result in maybe some stocks going down, or maybe just the stock market in general going down. So a lot can happen in 2 days, as we know, especially with the year of 2020. But like I said, my expectations are pretty low for after hours on Friday, so this not a big deal at all. Even if Monday's red, not a big deal. That's just how the market goes. It can't always be green. But I do like to take my opportunities to buy stocks on sale on these red days. But speaking of red days, today was not one for the portfolio. It might have been for the general stock market if you're just one of those people that invest purely in an index fund or purely in an ETF that diversifies itself for you, like VOO, or you have NASDAQ as well, which has more of a tech focus. Both VOO and NASDAQ are negative for today, so in the red. And so with my portfolio, I did have Apple in the red just a slight bit. Surprisingly, Microsoft is at exactly 0%. That's actually kind of rare to see a stock be at zero, including both the normal market hours and the after hours. It's kind of satisfying, even though I didn't gain anything. But like I said, the portfolio is in the green for today. So just today alone, we have beaten the market, both VOO, which is what you can compare as like the typical stock market trend, and then the NASDAQ, which is a little bit more generalized with that tech focus. I view VOO as like the general representative of what the stock market is doing. And then NASDAQ, if I want to see how tech is doing, I'll look at that as well. So we have been able to beat both of those, which is pretty impressive. Keep in mind, there's been many days over the past few months that VOO and NASDAQ have been positive, whereas my portfolio hasn't been. But the general trend so far, even with this past year, has been us beating the market significantly. We are at plus 61.01% for the past year. That's plus $44,273.24. But also just addressing some more pretty big news today, not really news, but just stock movements. We had Tesla stock for the third day in a row. It skyrocketed up 2 days ago, then it went up like 5 to 6% yesterday, and then now we have another near 2% gain. So Tesla is once again nearing all-time highs. I think this is the all-time high record close for Tesla. So yes, we've seen Tesla hit 1765 before, but I believe this is the record close for Tesla stock. So this is a big day in history for Tesla for sure. And this is the record all-time high close because on July 13th, we did have Tesla kind of skyrocket a little bit. As you can see on July 13th, Tesla did hit this number, but it didn't end on this number. So in terms of like the record close number, it's not really an all-time high. So this is an all-time high for the record close number of Tesla, this 1649.50 or whatever it was at when the normal market hours closed. So definitely a big day for Tesla once again. And I said it could be possible that we would see another green day for Tesla, but it was also kind of like equally possible that we wouldn't be. Now, I was expecting the second day in a row to be green, but the third day was a little bit more uncertain because we noticed a consistency with Tesla being green 2 days in a row, especially when it surges like it does on some occasions. But for that third day to happen is pretty impressive because that becomes more unlikely the farther and farther Tesla skyrockets up and the more days in a row it's green. And I say that in terms of probability, not in terms of like the quality of the stock and the vision that I have on it. I'm just saying that it's pretty rare for a stock to just absolutely surge like 13%, then 5%, and then another 2% the next day. To have that consistency of just multiple days in a row of really nice growth is pretty rare. So I'm definitely excited about that. And that's really what kept the portfolio afloat today. We didn't have any big losses, even for the one that was red for Apple stock today. We didn't have a huge loss for Apple. Microsoft stayed even, so I can't complain about that. And Tesla really just kept the portfolio afloat for today. So a lot of volatility today for sure. I mean, we saw most of the volatility actually happen with Microsoft, with it ending on 0. Whereas Tesla had a little bit of volatility, and then at least with Apple, it was just pretty much in the red the whole day. So Apple actually didn't take that big of a hit, considering how far down it was at this point. Like at this point, it was down at like 1.64%. But just addressing the movements for the portfolio today, like I said, a lot of volatility. We started out at 9 a.m. at this plus 1.39% number, and then just 5 minutes later, it dropped down just a little bit to this point at plus 1.12. And then it bounced back up and then dropped once again until we hit this marker at 9:30 a.m. That's the start of the normal market hours. And that was at plus 1.21% or plus $1,406.95. So like I said, so much volatility after that for the rest of this day. We had a drop all the way down from that point to plus 0.64% and then right back up over this previous point at plus 1.29, and then much more volatility with a drop back down, a bounce back up, a drop back down once again. So just a lot of this bouncing throughout the rest of the day. I mean, just pure volatility. This is one of the biggest examples of observable volatility that I've probably seen in my portfolio. So we did hit this point at 1:30 p.m. at plus 0.97%. Then more volatility with the general downturn until this point at 3:15 p.m. for today. Now that was probably the lowest point for today at plus 0.08% or plus $92.76. So at least with the lowest point today, we never really entered under the baseline in the red. So that's good at least. And then from that point on, that's when people started to buy some of these shares as it was dipping a little bit lower, and it went up to this point 5 minutes until the after hours at plus 0.92%. That's plus $1,070 about it. And then we entered the after hours with just a slight tick downwards, and then it pretty much just plateaued here with a few bounces up, but pretty much plateauing straight across until 6 p.m. So not that bad of a day, actually a pretty solid day. Any green day for me is a good day, and any red day for me is an opportunity. So I think that's a pretty good mindset to have. And just addressing the numbers for today, especially with Tesla stock, like I said, this one has just skyrocketed over this past week, it seems. It's at plus 13.90%. It would actually be much more if you started at this point right here before the surge. So that'd be about 18-20% in gains, something near that. So that's actually really nice for Tesla, like I said. So for today's return, we are at like plus 1.74%. That's plus $973.52. And then for the total return, we are at plus 94.37%. or plus $27,591.49. So we're really close to the 100% marker, and we're also really close to the $30,000 gain marker as well. So Tesla is one that I'm obviously very satisfied with. I've done many videos on Tesla talking about, even before we had this most recent run up, I've been talking about Tesla since like $830. That's when I was really putting out a lot of bullish videos on my perspective on Tesla. And from then on, we've just seen a lot of growth so far, with a little bit of pullback as well, but that's to be expected when you have such a big run up just over this past year. There's going to be some pullbacks and some times where the stock is just either really volatile or not doing much, and that's just because you have to have some time in between all of this crazy action happening with this stock. So this is one that I'm definitely really satisfied with, especially on my position, but I would love to put a lot more money into that. And then also, just full transparency, I did put in my dividend from Apple stock today, just a little bit of it. That $38, so I put $38 into it. That equals to like 0.023 shares. I just wanted to put in whatever change I had in my cash account right here. So that came from the dividend that I got from Apple today. We'll get into that in just a second. But for Microsoft, we are at minus 0.09% for today. That's only minus $35.10. And then overall, we are at plus 21.67%. That's plus $7,240.68. And then finally, we have Apple stock, and this only lost us about 0.16% today. That's minus $31.08. And then for total return, we are at plus 60.62%. That's plus $7,280.52. So like I said, we did get a dividend for Apple stock today. So just to go ahead and show you all what I received today, right here it says plus $34.44. and that is for me owning 42 shares of Apple stock. So a pretty decent dividend. Yes, 42 shares is a lot now, but that's simply just because the stock price has run up so much recently just for each individual share. Like each individual share is like $450 now. So as we know, the stock is going to be split soon, but we did get that dividend today for 82 cents per share, which is a total of $34.44. And I used all of that and then a little bit more in my cash account to put like $38 into Tesla. So thanks to that dividend from Apple, I was able to put a little bit more money into Tesla stock today. So I'm pretty happy with the portfolio. Once again, this concentration strategy does seem to be working. And so it's been fun to make these videos on this channel so far and just show my journey with my portfolio progress. But as always, if you all do enjoy these videos, please make sure to smash that like button. And also, if you're interested in beginning investing, feel free to sign up with my referral link to Robinhood and Webull in the description below. And especially with Webull right now, you can get 2 free stocks by using my link and then depositing $100. Keep in mind, you can take that $100 right back out. You just get an extra free stock. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.